to bring in C.J. Stroud. Steve, we'll open up questions with you. You didn't get one the last time around.
Yeah.
Spencer will go with you next. We'll open it up to Steve Hellwagon, 24/7 Sports.
CJ, another 400-yard game for you, and it seemed like things really tilted to the pass today because you guys kind of struggled establishing the run. We didn't put so much on you. Just talk about what you tried to do to stay with it over the course of an entire game like that.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to thank God. I mean, without him, I wouldn't be in this position. So I have to give him all the glory and praise. But, yeah, I mean, some things weren't clicking in the run game, and they put it on me to execute the pass game. I felt like we did that well. Of course, we had 2 turnovers, which were blatantly my fault. But, I mean, I felt other than that, we played really well. Definitely, we got to start executing and finishing drives, I feel. But, I mean, for the most part, I feel like as an offense, we play well.
Right next door, Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
When you find Jackson 15 times and you target him 18 times, did you just kind of start clicking with him and it's kind of like riding a hot hand, or is that just a guy that was continuously getting open for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of our scheme is like whoever's open, they get the ball. It's not really you're picking on one person to get the ball or the ball goes here to this guy just because he wants the ball. I mean, it's just a scheme, and whatever I see as the defense, like the coverage, then that's who gets the ball, whoever the beater is. So.
How special was he today?
He was amazing. I mean, he's always been amazing. You know, this doesn't surprise me. I mean, Jackson is the reason I'm here at Ohio State. He was the main one recruiting me. So just to see him prevail and have a great game, I'm really happy for him.
Right in front, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
What ways did you feel yourself missing Garrett Wilson out there? What ways did the offense miss Garrett Wilson today?
Yeah, I mean, of course, a player like Gary, you of course miss him, and he's doing a lot better now. I mean, I feel like if he was here, I mean, we still would play well too. So definitely hope he comes back as soon as possible. But I mean, Julian did a great job. Marvin did a great job. Definitely try to get those guys some touches and get them rolling. I thought it was a catch at the end, but it's all good. Julian made a hell of a play. But I mean, a player like Gary, you want him in the game. So I mean, when we get him back, we'll be fine. But the other guys do great things too.
Right behind him, Rob Allard, Dispatch.
If you make a poor throw, you've heard this before, if you make a poor throw and force it, do you later wonder, should I have run it? I know you get knocked for not running it, but do you see opportunities there for maybe you to take off a little more? Is that part of the equation?
Nah, not at all. I mean, if my job was to run the ball, I'd be running back or something. I throw the ball for a living, so I mean, definitely. I mean, sometimes, of course, like it might look obvious when you throw the ball and everybody runs the ball. And, oh, he should have ran it. You know what I mean? But I feel like I do my job when my number is called. I mean, those 2 players, I just forced them. You know what I mean? So, and then their defense was amazing. I mean, they had a great team in general. They played everybody tough, and they played over 5 top 10 teams. So, I mean, you have to give the kudos to them. And winning the Big Ten is not easy. Like we play a lot of great teams, so you have to give them their credit. And I feel like when you're winning games like this, you need them because in the long run, you're not just gonna be able to blow everybody out. You know what I mean? So I definitely think this win was a positive thing more than a negative. Of course, I wanted to play well. We wanted to play well more as an offense, wanted to finish drives, but sometimes it doesn't go our way. So we just have to keep fighting and persevere, and I feel like we did that.
We're going to go a couple more questions for CJ Awesome Ward, Letterman Row.
CJ, it seems like after these wins, you smile a little bit more in here, no matter how hard they might have come. What is your mood right now? Do you feel like you left something out there today? Are you kicking yourself, or are you actually satisfied and just don't want to show it?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I played well, but of course, like you always want plays back. I feel like that every game. So I just feel like it's just getting me a little more right now. I'm not sure why. I mean, this was an amazing atmosphere, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like it was loud. Probably the loudest stadium we've been to, the biggest. And I appreciate the moment. I just thank God for even letting me be here. And I thought it was a fun game. I know I'm not smiling right now because, of course, I wanted to do more, and I feel like I shouldn't have forced the ball in some of those plays. But I mean, I'm happy we won. At the end of the day, I mean, you move, you go on. I mean, you win, you move on to. It's like March Madness. So definitely got to enjoy the win, but we have to play a lot better.
Okay, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch. That'll be the last question for CJ. I got others I want to bring up. Go ahead.
CJ, you've always, I'm sure, had trust in Jackson, and you guys go back years now. Did you, coming to this game, know you could trust him 15 times?
I mean, it could be 100 times. It'd be Chris 3,000 times. It could be Gary. It could be Ruck. It could be the running backs. I mean, our players are amazing. Our O-line, I mean, they battled today. Like Coach said, we had a lot of guys down early on. Guys missing practices for personal issues, and I mean, we were kind of down, and so we stepped up. I mean, as an offense, and then, of course we don't have Garrett. So I mean, when our numbers were called, like this is the type of wins that you need as a football team. It's not always going to be pretty, and I don't expect it to be pretty. So Jackson, he did a great job the whole week of communicating with me and what he likes and what I like. Chris did a great job today. He had a great week of practice. So I mean, when we all come together and we have 3 phases of football working together, I mean, I feel like we're a great team. So we just have to get back on track.
Great. CJ, thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless.
Hey, Tyreek Smith, can I grab you? What we're going to do, folks, I've got Tyreek here, I've got Noah Ruggles here, I've got Coach Combs here. We're going to, I've got Luke Whippler here. We're going to go about 5 questions for each guy. We'll run them through. We'll get Jackson Smith and Jigba here as well. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to open up questions for Noah. Who hasn't one? Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row. Thank you so much.
Tyreek, when you're in a pass rushing situation, you're getting held and it's just not coming, is there a moment where you're like, I need to say something to an official? What's going through your head? Because you seem to be no longer coming on the field.
Yeah, going through my head is just keep playing. You know, it's knowing not getting the call sometimes, you know, especially when I feel like they're blatant. But, you know, I just keep playing, you know, keep rushing. I don't really want to let that, you know, affect me or stop rushing or something like that, because then that's the one rush I'm, you know, not locked in or, you know, not going all the way 100% at. So I don't really try to, you know, let it get to me. You know, I say something to the ref one time and I just let it go. You know, I just play my game. So if it's not falling in my hands and the call's not going my way, then, you know, I'm fine as long as I, you know, still making an impact.
Over in the middle, Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now on SI.
Tyreek, can you tell us about prepping to play a quarterback like Adrian Martinez this week, the challenges that he presents, and how you felt like you guys did as a unit today with that in mind?
Yeah, Adrian's a really good player. I think the biggest thing for, you know, us preparing for him is, you know, just having good rush lanes, you know, making sure that we're not, you know, rushing wild, you know, just letting them have any lane he wants to run, you know, because he, as much as he has a throwing ability, he has running ability too. So we got to respect that. You know, we got to play within our lanes, within our rushes. So, you know, just, you know, not going wild, basically.
Right next door, Colin Gay, Rivals.
Whether it's you, whether it's Zach, whether it's Javante, it seems like defensive ends, you guys have just felt more comfortable. It seems like you guys are playing with more comfort. Is that a reality, and what has kind of led you guys to kind of break free for some big plays over the past 2 weeks?
Yeah, I just think, you know, we just got that mindset in our heads, that relentlessness and that motor to rush with. You know, that's what you got to have when you're rushing. You know, can't stop your feet, you know, can't stop your hands, always moving, always trying to make an impact. So I just think everybody got that mentality in their head right now. And, you know, it's showing, results are showing. You know, so we're just going to keep doing the same thing, keep practicing the same way. And we can't take all the credit. You know, we got a really good O-line, you know, here. And so we go against them every day in practice, and it makes us only better. You know, iron sharpens iron. So, yeah.
Last question.
She had her hand up.
Okay,
right here.
we'll go with Whitney Harding, WCMH.
I see you.
Kind of something similar, but at the start of the year, the way that the defense started to where you are now, this team's relying on you guys. What does that feel like? You know, when you see like an interception happen, you guys have to get out there and own the game.
Man, it just. We came here to play football, you know. That's what we came here for these type of moments, for these type of games, you know, just close games, whether blowouts, anything. You know, we came here to play football, so when it's our time to get on the field, you know, whether it's a touchdown, interception, you know, whatever happens, sudden change, you know, we getting out there with the mentality of 3 and out, you know, or get a defensive turnover. That's our whole mentality every time we get out there. So, you know, we're trying to get stops every time we go out there, put our feet on the grass, and you know, I think it's just really been paying off. The defense has definitely been gelling. The chemistry's been going up every week, and I just think we got a little more work to do. Got more work. You know, we can always get better, but I think it's definitely showing what we're doing.
Great. Tyreek, thank you so much.
No problem.
Congratulations on the win. We're going to bring up Noah Ruggles. Folks, this is the first time in school history we've had a kicker kick 4 or more field goals in back-to-back games. Noah had 4 last week against Penn State and also 4 today. We'll open it up. 5 questions for Noah. Bill Rabinowitz, Dispatch.
Second week in a row, and obviously, describe how you feel in those pressure situations. I mean, obviously, you seem unfazed. Is that what it really is?
Yes, sir. Yeah, like you said, I seem unfazed. Every kick's the same to me. Even in those pressure situations, I try to just make it seem like any other kick. I think that's why it works.
Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
As Jerry just said, it's unprecedented for you to have 2 games in a row where you're kicking 4 field goals and both games are making a huge difference in the game. Is that what you envisioned when you made the decision to transfer here this summer?
You know, it's weird because the first 7 games, I think I had 7 field goals, and these past 2 games I've had more field goals than the whole season combined. So it's definitely interesting. I didn't expect it, but also there's been some games like Oregon I didn't have any. I've had 1 in Minnesota, so it's good to be out there for a couple more.
Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
No, I swear I mean this in the best way. Like, are you getting more credit from the rest of the team? Sometimes specialists are a little bit removed, but you're not winning these last 2 games without you. So I don't know. It's the reception in the locker room different.
Yes, sir. They were hyping me up today after the game. It's fun.
Clay Hall,
Are you
WSYX.
saying you block out 85,000 people? I mean, is it just like a practice moment?
Yes, sir. I don't pay any mind to that.
And final question for Noah, Nathan Barrett, Cleveland.com.
It looked like that last one was into a pretty decent wind. How much were you kind of reading that? What's your kind of process on that? And is it different wind now? Are you learning new stadiums in the Big Ten? Is there something to that too?
It's just like what you get on that day, and today that was obviously into the wind. I had been staring those flagpoles down since the beginning of the game from warm-ups and talking to my guys on the sideline, trying to figure out what it was doing. So at that kick, I mean, it had been going right to left all day, and I played it a little right because just that's what it's been doing, but it was switching up at sometimes too. So you gotta just trust it.
Noah, thank you very much. Congratulations on the big win. We're going to bring up Coach Combs right now. Folks, I've got Luke Whippler here as well, and we've got Jackson Smith and Jigba, and we've got Coach Matt Barnes. So we're going to do a couple coordinators and 2 more players. So, Coach Combs?
Appreciate you. You know, the kicker got 10 buck on these last week. That's the first time I've ever seen a kicker get 10 buck on me. So whoever asked that question, that was a good one.
And this is the fewest yards for Nebraska on offense this year. We'll open it up. Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Kerry,
Hi, Bill.
hey, Kerry. What's it been like for you to see like Tyreek kind of stack 2 games like this on top of each other?
Yeah, it's been really exciting. He finally feels like he's 100% healthy, you know, and we talked this week about he had an opportunity to have a great game, and he worked really hard on some individual stuff, and really excited to see that happen today.
Pat Murphy, 24/7 Sports.
Terry.
Hi, Pat.
How you doing?
Good. Actually, really good.
The last 2 weeks, the defense has needed to be relied on, maybe more than previously, just because of the way the offense has played. How does that make you guys feel when you can step up and win these games as opposed to some of the other games early in the season when the offense is just trucking?
Yeah, I want you to take this in the best possible way. Don't feel like they're relying on us at all. We feel like we all rely on each other. We prepare every week. We prepare Tuesday and Wednesday. We go against each other, and we're trying to make them better. They're trying to make us better. We've seen improvement. We're excited about that. We're excited about our offense. We know what our offense can do because we see them every single day. So every time they trot out there, that we know they got a great chance to score, and we're fired up for that. Try to give them as many opportunities as we can. But I'll be honest with you, we're relying on each other right now, which is kind of cool.
Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, Kerry. The 2 pass plays that they had, what happened on those? I mean, it was pretty obvious, but the fact that that's really all you gave up, I mean, what does that say about where your defense is right now?
Well, I think that they are a very, very good and talented offense, and I think they're very challenging to prepare for. They give you an awful lot of looks in the option game, in the throw game. The quarterback's a talented player. They have great speed on the outside. And on those 2 occasions, we're in man-to-man coverage, and we had done some things coverage-wise related to the quarterback run game with the post player that made things challenging for those kids in those man-to-man situations. And they got 2 good ones on us. They really did. And we have to play those 2 plays better, obviously, going forward. But that was a situation where there's, you're taking away this, you're taking away this, you're taking away this, then all of a sudden you're giving away something, which was problematic, obviously.
Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Okay.
Hi, Joey.
Second to last question.
How do you think Steele did coming in cold?
Well, I thought he did fantastic. I think like 6 tackles, and of course the interception at the end of the game. The very first series, I thought he was a little rusty, and that's concerning because you've sat out for half a game, and to come in a game like that and have to go. But I thought he played really well. He plays fast. The thing about Steele is, I said it early in the year, when he sees it, he goes, and that's probably one of his greatest qualities. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't wait. He goes.
Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
Gary, when you guys had to have...
Hi, Austin.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Great.
Excellent. We had to get that stop late. I think Bryson got one.
Yep.
Marcus Williamson got another. I don't think of those guys maybe being the stars of that defense, but maybe an example of some of the other role players to
Right.
leading some of this resurgence of that defense.
Yeah, and that whole thing about picking stars and all that, it takes 11 guys. It takes 11 guys, and it takes 11 guys every play. One guy falls down and falls short on his assignment, we got a problem. And so, to me, those guys, I think Bryson is quietly becoming better and better and better every week. Marcus has played a very, very valuable role, particularly the last 3 weeks in some of the more split safety stuff that we're doing, and I thought they made big plays. But I thought it was team defense. And I thought our guys were running to the ball. They're playing hard. They're fighting. They knew their backs were up against it. That's a tough place to play, and that's a tough game. And I'm really proud of the way they played, all of them, and the way they fought and hung together. That's a special Buckeye victory there today. It really is.
Last question for Coach Combs. Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Hi, Stephen. Great.
Cam Martinez is a guy who was maybe flashing a lot earlier on in the season. He had pick six against Tulsa. It seemed like he was second team free safety today. Is he moving around in this defense right now?
Yes, and I think what you would find, Stephen, is that there's a lot of guys moving around. Parts are changing, because of health, because of skill set, because of a variety of things. And I think that what we're trying to do every series is put the best 11 guys on the field while continuing to develop all of these young players that are talented and they need to play. The only way you can get great is to play in games. And so we're moving pieces around, trying to find all the right spots for all the kids and the best spots to help us win that week. And so they may be here this week, and they may be somewhere else next week. And I think those are things that we've done a good job with.
Great. Coach, thank you so much.
Thanks, Jared. Appreciate it.
Luke, pop up here. We're going to take 3 questions for Luke Whippler, and we got Coach Barnes, and then we'll finish up with Jackson Smith and Jigba.
How about that kid getting that fumble phone out?
There we go. Open it up with Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
That's essentially my question. What did you see?
Well, yeah, I mean, CJ was rolling out. He had some pressure behind him, and the ball came out, and loose ball, and, I mean, first instinct was go to get it. So try to use some technique that I see the guys always using there on their fumble drills. I mean, I don't really participate in those, so just slide and try to grab it. That was really it, and hold on as hard as I could.
Which guys doing fumble drills?
Mostly defense. They always do the fumble drills like during camp and stuff, and I mean, have a little side eye watching, so try to pick up some technique. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to go get the ball when it's on the ground.
Over here to the right, Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Luke, last week it seemed like you guys had some trouble putting stuff up with the run game. I don't know if it was quite the same this week, but still just kind of hard to get a run game going. Just what's been difficult for you guys up front to really kind of get that started, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the run game hasn't been what it's been earlier in the season, and I think as a unit we kind of know and we understand that every game the ball's going to be trying to run behind us, and that we got to get movement and get some yards per carry. So, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, we didn't probably play our best, but we know now going into this week we got to improve on what we need to improve on.
And last question for Luke, Colin Gay, Rivals.
Was there a difference this week, especially after, say, 2 snap infractions on the full starts against Penn State? Was there a difference in your approach this week with whether it was yourself or the offensive line as a whole, and how do you feel like you guys responded this week?
Yeah, obviously last week I had a few penalties, a few snap infractions. I mean, those are never something you want to do, but I mean, I think it's just a little bit more focused and dialed in, and really listening to CJ. I mean, the stadium was really going today, so just that extra effort to lock in and make sure I get my job done and do my 111th.
Great. Luke, thank you so much. Congratulations on the win. Jackson, you want to pop up here, please? And then Coach Barnes will have, I'm going to go 5 questions with Jackson's, and we'll get you up here. We'll open up with Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now on Sports Illustrated.
Hi, Jackson. Congratulations on a big day.
Appreciate it.
Is there anything about today, just the way that you kind of got in a rhythm early in the game, where you felt like this could be the kind of special day that you ended up having?
Honestly, I don't really know until like I'm really in the game. I just try to do my part, and I got a lot of targets today, and I just try to make things happen. I felt really good.
Next door, Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Jackson, how did it feel to be back at Rockwell High School?
Yeah, it felt good. I mean, I just want to thank God and thank my teammates. I'm just a little piece in this offense, and I just got seen a lot of opportunities like back in the day, and I just try to cherish every single one of them.
Austin Word, Letterman Row.
Jackson, were those cramps you were maybe dealing with at some point out there?
Yeah, I was dealing with a little bit of cramps.
So were you just overused? You don't?
Nah, never overused, never that.
To have that kind of impact, though, you were the only offensive champion last week. I assume you're going to maybe want again this week. how have you felt like your role has changed and expanded as this year's gone on?
I just try to be there when they need me. Really, like I said, I'm just a small piece, you know. And CJ, you know, we have a nice little chemistry going. So, you know, offensive line protecting, him just getting me the ball, you know, it's been working out. So hopefully we can build on that.
Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Yeah, two things real quick. When you knew that Garrett was not going to play, how did that affect you and what you thought you'd have to do? And you walk us through the touchdown.
I love playing with Garrett, man. It hurt me a little bit not to be on the field out with him today because, you know, that's my brother, and I love watching him play. I mean, he's a great receiver or athlete, as we know. And the catch, I was open. CJ put it on me. O-line protected very well. Made one cut. Chris did a great job blocking downfield, man. I really appreciate him, you know, the brotherhood. And, you know, I just try to pick my knees up and keep and go.
Clay Hall, WSYX.
I believe you passed David Boston. Do you know who David Boston is?
Yeah, I've heard of him, yes, sir. I believe.
Seen an old clip?
Yeah, some old.
Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
Jackson, were you more worried about trying to make that cut to make the guy miss, or more worried about not getting caught after what happened?
I was worried about. I wasn't worried about anything, honestly. I was just wanting to make a play.
Is that the fastest you can run since? I know that they were getting caught.
Yeah. Nah, I think I ran faster than that before. I appreciate it.
And we'll wrap it up with Jackson with Steve Hellwagen, 24/7 Sports.
Yeah, my question just on that touchdown, I don't know if you've seen the replay, Chris gets a hold of two different guys.
Right.
Sells out hard for you
Right.
in the end zone, and you do this the same for him.
Right.
And Garrett and Rucker and everybody else. Just
Yeah.
talk about that.
I mean, that's just the DNA, you know, of Zone 6, really, or really the whole offense. Just we all got one goal, you know, and whoever has the ball, we're all fighting for him, no matter who it is. And it just happened to be me today on that play. And, you know, Chris sold out, you know, love him. That's what the brotherhood is about, for real.
Jackson, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations on
Appreciate
a
it.
great game.
Thank you.
And we'll end interviews today with Coach Matt Barnes. We'll take about 4 questions for him, so we got to get out of here. We all got dates tonight back in Columbus. We'll open up with Coach Barnes, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
I got a date with my 2-year-old little boy, just so you know. So that's good. That's a guess.
Other than the two big plays, the defense played really well today. Where do you think this defense is right now in terms of its development? Because obviously it's come a long way.
Work in progress, yeah. You know, we're just trying to get a little bit better each day. I thought we had a great Tuesday and Wednesday practice, so, you know, we're not surprised that our kids played really well. You know, it's funny, the 2 big plays we got hit on were 2 bad calls. Didn't put our kids in position to be successful on those plays, so got to do a better job.
Right behind him, Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
Now, when you talk about the work in progress, some of that seems to be, as Kerry was talking about, rotating around the pieces in the secondary area. Have you felt like you guys have ever truly settled on that best group back there, or is it week to week thing?
Yeah, it's a little bit week to week. You know, it's injuries. It's part of it is what's the plan that week and how do we make that offense left-handed. So, you know, we'll always be in pursuit of trying to get the right guys on the field to give us a chance to win.
Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Matt, I know you had to change some stuff up schematically, but it also seemed like a few weeks ago that just getting this defensive line and play at the level that people expected to play at Ohio State was a big key in kind of unlocking some defensive progress. What is that group's development here over the last month?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Larry Johnson is the best defensive line coach in the history of college football, in my opinion. And I think in some cases, you know, if we can just make the quarterback hold the ball for an extra count, then those rushers really get to show up. So, you know, defense isn't played in a vacuum. The front helps the secondary helps the front. And I think the last couple games we've had a chance to work in chorus with each other and make some plays.
One final question for Coach. Anyone? Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Yeah. Matt, I mean, just for you guys, you know, 2 games in a row here to be put in a position where, you know, the offense didn't score as much and you guys really need to make plays to win the game. I mean, what do you think that does for the development of this team that, you know, you guys are put in those positions and you're able to ultimately get them?
Yeah, in college football, you have to be able to win in a 55, 54, and you got to be able to win a tighter ball game. That's what it takes. So, we're glad we got to win any way we can. This is an incredibly hard place to play. Just walking through the hallway there to the visitors' locker room, you see how many great teams that they've had here over the years. And anytime you go on the road in the Big Ten, I'm thankful to get a win.
Great.
We can
Coach,
take one more if you wanted to take.
Stephen Means, Cleveland.com. Thank you.
Yeah.
Craig Young, obviously his role has been limited, but in these last 2 games where you're playing more mobile quarterbacks, he seems to always make a play in those moments. He's kind of break down with his role.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a knack for finding his way to the quarterback in those critical situations, and he's a guy that's played exceptional for us on special teams. And you go back to I think it was the Maryland game. He had an interception return for a touchdown. So he's a guy we're constantly trying to create roles for. Done a great job.
You have a question then? Last question then.
Thank you. Appreciate you. I want to ask you about third downs because for the first 3+ quarters, your defense was basically, every time they got to a third down, they got off the field. Is there something in particular about what you were calling or the way you thought third downs were going today that gave you a chance to get off the field so much?
Well, for one, our defensive line, I credit them. But we tightened the coverage up a little bit. Really went back and were critical of ourselves and some of the calls that we made in the last game, and maybe didn't tighten the coverage up as much as we could have. So I thought we did a good job, tightening it up today and give those defensive linemen a chance to go rush.
Great. Coach, thank you very much. Congratulations.